because Terry told me another story about, and this is way back in the territory days when the Funks had their territory in Amarillo, that apparently there was a reporter at the local paper who had started to, quote unquote, expose the business. He was writing about the sport as if it weren't a legitimate athletic competition. And rather than, double down like maybe Vince McMahon did decades later and say, no, it's entertainment. Terry went the other way with it, and he called the guy and invited him to come down to the matches. And he made sure that they couldn't poke holes in anything he saw that night. And the guy ran a correction. Have you heard that story before?
I believe it, because that was an old timer's way of handling that shit.
Yes.
So Paul Bosch used to do.
Yeah.
And you would say, hey, come sit them front row.
Yes.
You sit them front row, and then you have the stiffest, just brutal matches that you possibly can have.
And you don't
right
call
in front of them.
You don't call anything in the ring, at least not verbally. So nobody hears anything, and everything they see looks 100% real because it is.
Because it was real.
Because it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the same. We did the exact same things when you would have doubting local reporters. And some of them were too chicken shit to come.
Right.
But when they would, it's like, no. You're not paying for your ticket. We're paying for your ticket.
I just want
all we ask you to do is report
the truth.
The truth.
Yes.
That's all we ask. We'll interview you. We'll put you on TV. Which was another, for newspaper reporters, because they're nameless, faceless,
yes,
hiding behind a typewriter. We'll put you on TV, man.
Hey, I just want to give some context, because I realize these days when people think, oh, well, a newspaper, how big of a deal could that have been? You have to remember, this is before everyone had the internet. This is before everyone had cable TV. This is before a lot of folks had a color TV. So this is an era where most folks get their news and information through the newspaper. In that generation, right, some of the wealthiest people in any community, the most powerful and influential people, the people who could curry favor with business owners and politicians, those were the people who ran the newspaper. So when the newspaper, the very newspaper where you advertised your wrestling cards, had one of their reporters, quote unquote, go rogue and say, oh, this is that phony wrestling, that could be devastating to your business. So Terry's solution is, let's sit his ass front row, and I'm going to beat the shit out of my opponent and let him write that. And he did.
Damn right.
It's amazing, really.